Yeah. Definitely, Trinamool Congress, which is the ruling party of Bengal, is on a back foot a little bit because it has basically done what it can. It has sent a delegation there. Mamta Banerjee, in repeated press conferences, said that the guilties will be punished. The guilty, even if they are partymen, she has given the signal that they will be punished. Now, Trinamool Congress leaders have been arrested there, but the protest seems not to be dying out.
Hello and welcome to the Indian Express. For the past 1.5 months, a small village in the Sundarban Delta of West Bengal has been in the eye of a political storm. It all started with the ED raids in the house of Trinamool strongman Shahjahan Sheikh. Eventually, on January 5th, on 8th of February, protests broke out in Sandeshkhali, where women of the villages came out and accused Trinamool strongmen Uttam Shardar and Shiva Prasad Hajra of land grabbing and also sexual assault. Now, as we speak, the case has become more complex than the serpentine lanes you see behind me. I have with me Ravik Bhattacharya, the resident editor of Indian Express Kolkata, and Atri Mitra, a senior reporter with us, and they will tell you what exactly is happening in Sandeshkhali. Ravik, if you could start by telling us what are the recent flare-ups all about in Sandeshkhali?
See, as you said, that it's basically started with a protest of villagers, mostly women, on 8th of February. But thereafter, you see a lot of politicians, including Shubhendu Adhikari, our leader of the opposition in Bengal, Shukanto Mojumdar, BJP state president, even a delegation of Trinamool Congress with Minister Partho Bhumi leading it. They all went to this place. Now, state government started a reach out program where they basically asked villagers to lodge all their complaints and grievances with them. The DGP himself, Rajiv Kumar, has spent the entire night in that Sandeshkhali island, basically. Even after all this, yesterday, apart from flickering protest within the islands, for the first time we have seen protest outside the island. Protests have taken place yesterday in a village which is 15 kilometers away from Sandeshkhali Island, though it is under the same administrative block, Sandeshkhali 2. But their villagers burnt down what you call a guard room. In Bengali parlance, we call it alaghor, a guard room of a fishery, which they claimed was basically an agricultural land, which Trinamool Congress, Shahjahan Sheikh and his goons captured and made it a fishery. So it was set fire to, it was ransacked on Thursday, means yesterday. Today, there is a fresh violence in Sandeshkhali, in the same area, around 5 kilometers away from what happened on Thursday. Today, villagers basically ransacked a Trinamool Congress leader, Ajit Maiti's home. In the afternoon, protesters, including a lot of women, they went to his home and they started ransacking. They alleged that Ajit Maiti too has been grabbing land and has been extorting money from the villagers. Now, police intervened. Senior police officer, including ADG South Bengal, has reached that place. They are trying to talk to the villagers, as well as they are trying to make arrest on both sides. The Trinamool Congress, the villagers have alleged that the Trinamool Congress is responsible for land grabbing, so they are trying to arrest Trinamool Congress leaders, including Ajit Maiti there, as well as those who have tried to ransack. But the situation is now on the boil with people blocking roads, especially women blocking roads, not allowing police to enter the villages, fearing that there may be arrest. So now you see it was calm after the state government's intervention. Things were dying down, but once again things have started to flare up, and it has moved a little bit away. It is spreading away from the island where it all started on February 8th.
And then, of course, going back a little, there has been other cases like arrest of a journalist, and of course, another case of a police officer being accused of being Khalistani. If you could tell us more about that.
Of late, Sandeshkhali protest was basically villagers' protest against a section of Trinamool Congress local leaders who have been allegedly, repeatedly molested local women and grabbed agricultural land to transform into fisheries. But now, if you see in recent times, within the last couple of days, it hit the headlines with an incident of uh, a Sikh IPS officer being allegedly called a Khalistani. Now, Shubhendu Adhikari and a delegation of BJP was moving into Sandeshkhali. They were stopped by police in Dhamakali before they could reach. There was a heated altercation. In that altercation, that IPS officer was seen. The video has went viral. Seen accusing Shubhendu Adhikari, who is the leader of the opposition, of calling him a Khalistani. He has been saying कि आप मेरा पगड़ी देख के आप बोल रहे हो कि मैं खालिस्तानी हूँ. I'm an officer on duty and I'll take action against you. Now, the West Bengal police, the chief minister, Bhagwat Mann, Punjab CM, and a lot of other people has condemned such words, unparliamentary words used by the leader of the opposition. Though the leader of the opposition himself has denied and he has basically challenged police to prove it that he has said those words or any other BJP leaders has said those words. If not, he would go to court. So this was one part which hit the headline. The second was
And then there's also a protest by Sikhs of the state outside the BJP office in Calcutta, right? Which has been going on for the past.
Yeah. There has been protest of a Sikh organization in New Delhi, Jantar Mantar. There have been protests in Calcutta near the BJP office. Effigies of the leader of the oppositions has been burned. A delegation of Sikh representatives went and met the governor, and they lodged a complaint with the governor, C.V. Anand Bose. This happened. Apart from this, another incident which came to the limelight is arresting or lodging FIR against journalist. Uh, a journalist of a television channel, a Bengali television channel in India, who was in Bengal, who was live in Sandeshkhali in the evening, was arrested. And while he was giving a live bite, or while he was covering it on live, he was arrested and he was dragged out, and he was given cases of molestation and trespassing. These are very harsh cases. However, after a couple of days, Calcutta High Court granted bail to this journalist, as well as coming down heavily on police for its high-handedness. On the same day, an FIR has been lodged to a television anchor come vice president of a news channel, where while he was hosting a program in the evening, he discussed Sandeshkhali and allegedly he said something. So there are basically one arrest has been done, another FIR has been lodged. Uh, this as well as the Sikh, these in the last couple of days, these two points were highlighted nationally from Bengal, linked to Sandeshkhali.
Clearly, the ruling government seems to be on back foot here, right? Because they seem to be a bit of, if not nervous, do you think they are now, like, being defensive?
Yeah. Definitely, Trinamool Congress, which is the ruling party of Bengal, is on a back foot a little bit because it has basically done what it can. It has sent a delegation there, party delegation there in Sandeshkhali. It has opened up a help desk where people can complain. It has put in a huge contingent of people, policemen, including the DGP himself. Presently, is posted in Sandeshkhali. Mamta Banerjee, in repeated press conferences, said that the guilties will be punished. The guilty, even if they are partymen, she has given the signal that they will be punished. Now, Trinamool Congress leaders have been arrested there. But the protest seems not to be dying out, especially at a time when Prime Minister March is supposed to come to Bengal, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and hold a public meeting in Barasat, which is under the administrative district of Sandeshkhali, where we are hearing that it's likely that the aggrieved woman, he may meet the aggrieved woman of Sandeshkhali. So now it has taken an entirely political situation. The Sandeshkhali has taken a political turn in Bengal just before the Lok Sabha.
Otri, if you could tell us about the history of the place and also the demographics of the place.
Basically, Sandeshkhali is a island in the Sundarban Delta. The initially it was surrounded by Kalagachia River, which are near Sandeshkhali. It met to Raimongol River, which formed the delta of Sundarban, Raimongol, Brahmaputra, Meghna, and Ganges, Hooghly River. So, initially, in the ancient period, the Sundarban is a barren land, the forest area basically. But from the medieval age, historians are saying that from the Mughal time, the people basically migrated from Midnapur and upper portion of Chobis Parganas, and they went to the Sandeshkhali and started cultivation there. Sandeshkhali, Boshirat, Hingalganj, Minakha, all those areas, and some of the Pathan and Mughals also went there, and they are also started cultivation over there. And after the British came over in Bengal in 1857. That time, after Sipai mutiny, then British are divided that land, and they went to there and started cultivation, and they basically grabbed those cultivated production and paddy from the farmers over there. But after independence, the Bengal was divided when British rule ended, and lots of migration happened then from East Bengal, and those people are also some of them. Those people went to Sundarban areas and lower portion of Chobis Parganas, both in South Chobis Parganas and North Chobis Parganas, and they started living there, and they started fishing over there. They started cultivation over there, and after left government came, they thought ki we should. There was a Tebhaga movement in 60s and 70s. The Tebhaga movement is basically, the name Tebhaga means ki those who are cultivated the land, they will have to at least the holding power of the one third of the production, the cultivation. So after left regime came in 1977, they basically did the land reform, and farmers are got the power of the holding of that land. Those who are the land laborers in the Sundarban areas. So that basically gave the immense popularity of CPIM and other left parties in that area, Boshirat subdivision and Sandeshkhali and other areas. And after Trinamool regime came, basically the people are alleged that those land which they got during the left rule, they basically again grabbed those lands, and some of the land they lease out to others, some of the land they turn into the fisheries. They drained salted water into that land and started fisheries over there.
So
So
was it done consensually, or they were forced to?
most of the cases, that was done without consent, not
Forcefully.
forcefully. And farmers are alleging that they most of the lands, they even did not give the lease out money. Some of the, in case of some of the lands, they give the first year the money,
First
and then
installment,
the
yeah.
first installment of the money, and then stopped to give the installment. So that is the case basically. So after a few, after these started basically 2016 2017 onwards, and it basically intensed after 2021 assembly election, when local TMC leader rather started to understand that nobody can defeat us. So that is the basically
When they got more complacent.
more complacent basically.
Also, why is it more lucrative to, like do fishery there? Is it more lucrative in terms of getting money to have fisheries there than having them as agricultural land?
Yeah, basically the land productivity of Sundarban areas much less than the other areas like Bardhaman, Hooghly, and those areas. And only paddy is a lucrative cultivated. Paddy is the only lucrative cultivation of the Sundarban areas. So, if you turned up to the fisheries, those lands you transform those lands into fisheries, they have immense demand in the foreign also. The prawn, big prawn and small prawn, all are very huge demand in the foreign countries as well. So and TMC local TMC leader, the farmers is alleging that local TMC leader basically didn't invest anything in that land. They basically grabbed those land and drained the salted water into it, and then they started fisheries. So they have no investment. They are just doing production of fish, and then they selling that in the market.
So, are the farmers?
And they also basically used Mamata Banerjee Sarkar started after 2016. They are giving free of cost pona, that is a small spots to the farmers, local farmers, and poultry also they are giving
Okay.
some subsidies and other things. So basically TMC leader used that they forcibly made huge SHG group, self-help groups of the women, and showing that SHG groups, they basically procured huge number of spares and other things with free of cost from the government, and that they used their personal business. That is the their complaint of the local villagers of the Sandeshkhali island.
Okay, Otri, now tell me, what is the demographics of that area? What is the percentage of Muslims? What is the percentage of OBCs? And how will this affect the electoral outcome in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections?
Yeah, demography of the Sandeshkhali block 1 and block 2 is very interesting. That is 30% of that area of the Muslims community, but 70%, more than 60% of that area are scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. And scheduled tribes are the majority. The rest of the 70%, almost 40% of the population of the rest of the 70 Hindu people are scheduled tribes. So if the gradually after the Sandeshkhali revolt and protest and other things, Sandeshkhali movement as a whole, if goons lose their power, Trinamool, the political oppositions are thinking that Trinamool also lose their power. People will have the power to voting against Trinamool, and that will benefit the oppositions.
So the Boshirhat Lok Sabha seat, under which Sandeshkhali comes, Trinamool might lose it in the upcoming elections. That's what they're fearing.
Exactly. That is Trinamool fearing, and BJP also thinking that they will gain, because last 3-4 years, RSS held many camps in the Sandeshkhali 1 and Sandeshkhali 2 blocks, and they got huge support from the local people to doing this camp. Even some RSS leaders are saying that they got support from many Hindu leaders of Trinamool Congress as well. So they are they are very optimistic that they will do a very good result in the coming Lok Sabha election at the Bosirat Lok Sabha constituency.
So, a nervous Trinamool in the run-up to the 2024 elections, thanks to Sandeshkhali, and if we can call it the Sandeshkhali movement. Will Trinamool retain the Bosirhat Lok Sabha seat? Only time will tell. Till then, keep watching our videos and subscribe to our page. Thank you for joining Indian Express.